Today we have got announcements that the 2024 WWDC is announced and will take place on 10th to the 14th of June 2024. Here's everything you need to know about it. Typically, WWDC is when Apple releases the first developer beta of its next iPhone operating system, in this case iOS 18. This is intended to be one of the biggest updates in iOS history, if not the company's history. AI, or artificial intelligence, is expected to be incorporated across the operating system, and here are some of the ways Apple is rumoured to be using it. Photo retouching, such as the removal of unwanted objects, similar to Adobe Photoshop. Voice memo transcriptions, suggested replies to emails and messages. Auto-generated custom emojis based on the content of a user's messages. Smart recap for missed notifications and messages. Improved Safari web search and faster searches in Spotlight. Auto-generated Apple Music playlists based on a user's input, such as a mood. AI-assisted writing in Pages. AI-assisted slide deck creation in Keynote, AI code in Xcode for developers, and Siri improvements that integrate large language models, LLMs, such as natural conversation capabilities, and improved user personalization. iOS 18 will include some design changes, perhaps adopting some design cues from Vision OS, but it will not receive a total overhaul. The update is expected to feature a more customizable home screen, giving iPhone users more options for the look of the iPhone. Apple plans to give customers more control over how their app icons are arranged and the colors of individual icons. Apple will introduce RCS for the Messages app in iOS 18 due to European laws, improving conversations between iPhone and Android users. Sending photos and videos to Android users from an iPhone will no longer result in errors, and group chats will have better performance. Features like cross-platform emoji reactions, read receipts, and real-time typing indicators will also be added. Let's transition over to iPad. Apple didn't waste time announcing its first new hardware of the year at its Let Loose event in May. The M2-powered 13-inch iPad Air and the M4-powered iPad Pro. Both are running iPadOS 17 as we are speaking, so it's expected that these new iPads tablets will benefit more once Apple releases iPadOS 18 in September. Details around iPadOS have been light at best, but it's certain that artificial intelligence, AI, will be an integral part of the story. There's been barely any clues as to what we'll actually get in terms of AI features specifically for iPadOS 18. Regardless, the stuff expected to accompany iPadOS 18 should trickle into Apple's tablet OS. At the very least, leaks hint that iPadOS 18 could finally give the iPad a native calendar app. With the introduction of its new iPads, the company also took the time to also unveil the Apple Pencil Pro. New features include functionality like barrel roll and the long-rumored squeeze feature, which allows quicker access to a contextual menu and to adjust the shape and size of brush tools. Over to macOS 15, big visual changes are tipped for this, with the latest rumours hinting at changes specifically on the Settings app, Calculator, Notes, Safari, and Voice memos. Similar to iPadOS 18, the Calculator app is being tested to perfection, more like its iOS counterpart, including a Math Notes feature to support proper mathematical notation. As for AI features expected with macOS 15, Siri is being heavily targeted with more of a focus on how the voice assistant will better integrate with the Messages app. On one hand, it's expected for Siri to sound better with natural conversation, but Apple's assistant should be more effective at auto-completing sentences. There's also a deeper integration of Siri with the Shortcuts app, which could provide users with detailed commands across multiple apps. Just think, you could potentially tap Siri to send custom text messages and emails to specific people that could go out once you reach your destination. This kind of complexity could greatly give Siri an extra leg up, which could potentially be better than Google Assistant and Alexa. Can you believe it's been 9 years since the first Apple Watch was released? Even though WatchOS 10 saw a major step up for the smartwatch platform, it appears as that WatchOS 11 will not be as substantial with new features and changes. In fact, chief correspondent for Bloomberg News, Mark Gurman, stated that WatchOS 11 update to be fairly minor. Most of its rumoured changes around WatchOS 11 centre around revamping one of the workouts, given how the company previously improved run metric with WatchOS 9 and added live activities support to its cycling and hiking workouts. Knowing how these all got upgraded, it shouldn't be a surprise if Apple upgrades another workout with WatchOS 11. More data tracking could also come with sleep tracking, which could give Apple Watch owners more insights to their sleeping habits. Given how RCS support is expected to come to the iPhone this autumn or this fall to better foster messaging between Android and iPhone users, I suspect Apple Watch users will benefit from this with this WatchOS 11 release. In conclusion, what remains to be unseen is whether or not WatchOS 11 will draw back more developers to make standalone apps again, so they can free themselves from constantly needing to have their iPhones in order to use apps. For example, the YouTube Music app for WatchOS controls the app on the iPhone, but it can't be used on its own for direct listening without an iPhone. This, in my conclusion, is very silly because if I wanted to listen to music on my Apple Watch, I wouldn't be able to, as I did not have a phone or iPad or device near me. So that would be lovely if Apple could do that. Final one now, the Apple TV. We've already noted that Apple could reveal a new streaming box rumored to be priced at a much lower $99 or £99 while featuring a faster chip. But with the indication that no new hardware is in the works, the only news here may be a new version of tvOS, the software that powers Apple TV hardware. Very little is known about what tvOS 18 could introduce to the experience. Naturally, we expect cross experiences from iOS 18 and iPadOS 18, but there haven't been rumours about specific features. Perhaps artificial intelligence features coming to Siri could provide this voice assistant better recommendations on what to watch. Guys, thank you for taking your time to watch this video. It really helped me a lot. Remember to like, subscribe and share. I'll all see you in the next one. Thank you very much and goodbye.